Hello there, a great evening to you indeed, and many thanks for joining us on Rwanda Television News tonight. I hope that you had yourselves a great and productive Wednesday, and welcome to our night's edition. These are the headlines. The Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning announced that evaluation is ongoing to revise the affordable housing policy. Artificial intelligence-powered programs in Rwanda is expected to address agriculture, livestock, and medical challenges. A great evening to you, and we are very glad to have your company tonight on Rwanda Television News. The Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning announced that an evaluation is ongoing to revise the affordable housing policy to better serve and support people in acquiring homes. Adam Squizera starts us off tonight.
Amafaranga ateganyijwe mu ngengo y'imari ya 2024-2025.
On May 6th, the Minister of Finance and Economic Planning presented the budget framework paper for 2024-2025 to Parliament. In the analysis conducted by the Committee on National Budget and Patrimony, it was revealed that there should be the cooperation between the state and contractors in the construction of affordable houses. It's important for the government to continue investing in social infrastructures and collaborate closely with the contractors to ensure the construction of affordable housing that is accessible to local citizens. This partnership is essential for achieving housing affordability. The Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Dr. Uziende Dishimana, noted that the implementation of the project to build affordable houses has been hampered by high costs. He emphasized that they are in the process of reforming the policy to address this issue. One factor contributing to high construction costs is the expense of land and necessary social infrastructure. When selecting construction sites, we consider that government funding cannot exceed 30%, often necessitating the government's responsibility to build those infrastructures, which raises costs. We are collaborating with the Rwanda Housing Authority to reform policies aimed at making housing more affordable. The committee also urged the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning to collaborate with the relevant institutions to increase the budget allocation for the health sector. Health posts and health centers located near the borders have been allocated a special budget to address specific issues in the health sector. We have engaged with the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning to collaborate closely with the Ministry of Public Service and Labour Mifotra and the Ministry of Health to ensure that the employees in these facilities receive their wages promptly. The Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning presented the budget framework paper for the 2024-2025, totaling 5,690.1 billion Rwandan francs, representing an increase of approximately 574.5 billion Rwandan francs, or 11.2%, compared to this year's approved budget of 5,115.6 billion Rwandan francs. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Adams, for the report. And as we move ahead, negligence is the reason for the failure in achieving the goal of settling residents or citizens in planned patterns. Residents in village settlements or planned settlements, the goal was to come up from 61% in 2017 to 80% in 2024. And to date, it stands at as low as 65%. We do have the details with Prince Manzi.
Statistics of the Ministry of Infrastructure demonstrate that Rwandans in village settlements were set to increase from 61% in 2017 to 80% in 2024, but currently it is on 65% rate. Basing on the Auditor General report, Honorable Valence Mohakwa, the chairperson of the Committee on National Budget and Patrimony, reiterates that there has been discoordination between sectors in charge.
hari uturere tudafite ibishushanyo mbonera ariko noneho naho ahari ibishushanyo mbonera.
The big issue in this is that there are districts with no physical plan, and in areas that is available, the land is not used as said to be. All these raise concerns on that when the physical plan will have to be realized. There are infrastructures that will be removed. You find this to be discoordination of institutions in church. You find that the Ministry of Local Government does not collaborate with the Ministry of Infrastructure and Rwanda Housing Authority on where sites are to be set.
Ndetse no kuhageza ibikorwa remezo by'amazi.
Residents in village settlements increased by 4% since 2017. These residents attribute the move to their development. We have electricity, roads and more are close to us. We have the electricity, we live in the village like the rest. If a neighbor faces an issue, we can come easily for rescue. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Local Government, Bob Gakire, affirms that there has been negligence that also resulted in delays in other various developmental activities like infrastructures. Other developmental activities depend on these settlements because not paying fully the community health insurance, lacking water. If you have planned well the settlements, most of the issues would be addressed. The head of policy and planning at the Ministry of Infrastructure, Charles Kadinda, demonstrates that the issues in the settlements found in the NST1 will be addressed through the new policy being revised, hence no issues will be found in the NST2.
Implementation NST1.
In the implementation of the NST1, the census conducted on housing and population, all these became basis in preparing well NST2. The lessons learned, especially in settlements, is that there is lack of coordination, being institutions at the central or local government, and in terms of enforcement of the policies and guidelines in place. The topic on settlements was stressed on Thursday as representatives of the Ministry of Local Government, Finance and Economic Planning, the City of Kigali, and the Rwanda Housing Authority appeared before the Committee on National Budget and Patrimony in the Rwanda Parliament.
Moving ahead, officials at the Fourth Industrial Revolution, at the Center for Fourth Industrial Revolution, revealed that they have developed a computer program that uses Kinyarwanda as a main language that will be used to solve some of the issues that still exist in farming livestock as well as medical services. Christelle Wase.
It has been 4 years since the Center for Fourth Industrial Revolution, Rwanda, was launched. It's a team of about 8 employees operating in the North Skin House, Kigali. The team works closely with various institutions in the country. At the top is the Ministry of ICT and Innovation. The agriculture sector is among the priorities of the team, as explained by Ndaishimiye Ale, the project lead for the AI and machine learning.
In Rwanda, we have about 13 radiologists to a population of 13 million. That means every radiologist has at least a population of about 1 million. And if you visit different health institutions, you find that there's always a backlog for interpretation for these images. But this technology can analyze millions of images within the shortest time period and also help understand who needs care, prioritize, but also understand the patterns within the population just to help us live better lives.
On December 13th, 2021, the law number 58 of 2021 on the protection of personal data and privacy was released. And in April 2023, the cabinet meeting approved the new AI policy. This Center for Artificial Intelligence Technology is one of the 21 centers around the world, and in October this year, Rwanda will host an international AI summit. In the medical field, there are only 13 people with expertise in analyzing X-ray images. Their scarcity results into delay in treatment, hence this technology comes as a solution.
For the agriculture sector, we're also working on an IVR technology. This is voice technology where farmers can call in on a hotline and converse with an AI agent in Kinyarwanda and ask anything about agriculture. It can be anything from weather patterns, it can be anything from fertilizers, it can be anything from seeds, just to help them be more efficient in their daily activities.
In 2022, 2,400 companies were using artificial intelligence technology in the world, including 21 from Rwanda, and that year Rwanda ranked 7th in Africa and 93rd in the world. One of those institutions is the New Generation Academy, which teaches children this artificial intelligence technology. Its director, Tuyisenge Jean-Claude, confirms that they are built on the opportunities that the country has given them.
Ndibuka ubwo umukuru w'igihugu yarari muri Amerika mu nama ya 77 y'umuryango w'abibumbye.
I remember when the head of state was in the 77th UN summit that took place in the United States. He stated that our future is built on technology. Moreover, what I understand by our future, one is the country's young people, another is technology. So combining the future and the youth that we're talking about, we came with the great idea of introducing the technology to young kids between the age of 3 to 12.
It is a technology that is expected to accelerate the development of the country by achieving the country's vision of being a country that will have an average economy in 2035 and be a high economy country in 2050. Christelle Oase, RwandaTV News.
Delegates from the African continent and beyond gathered in Morocco for the International Conference of African Women of Expertise. The conference aims to address emerging challenges blocking the private sector, mainly women and youth companies, from contributing to Africa's prosperity. Leveraging on Africa, a continental free trade area was highlighted as a stepping stone towards achieving the continental goals. However, there are still challenges to realizing the largest trade bloc, hence a continued trade marginalization of the African continent. The Deputy Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Dr. Monique Nsanzabaganwa, stressed some of the ongoing measures to address existing gaps and challenges.
Understanding and addressing the challenges of African companies in the FCFTA, therefore, offers significant opportunity to position women entrepreneurs to reap the benefits of the FCFTA while dynamically contributing to the Africa we want. My dear sisters, the African Union has taken a proactive stance towards placing women at the center of the development agenda through the development of catalytic frameworks and strategies. These include the Protocol on Women and Youth in Trade, which promotes equitable and inclusive growth by advancing women's rights and entrepreneurship, among others. The African Union has additionally implemented the Women and Youth Financial and Economic Inclusion Wi-Fi 2030 initiative, which is a partnership framework that seeks to enhance the income of women and youth through employment and entrepreneurship opportunities, increased access to finance, as well as increased understanding on the way they can build or grow wealth on the continent. The AU Wi-Fi initiative seeks to unlock $100 billion to at least 10 million women and youth SMEs by 2030 through leveraging of the work of existing partners such as Family Expertise. We believe that Wi-Fi 2030 will have multiplier effects on women's empowerment, including providing women-led and women-owned businesses with the tools and opportunities to scale their ventures, penetrate new markets, and build their capacities, among others.
And moving ahead, workers of public and private industries here in Rwanda applaud the licensing that have been given to their companies, which boosts quality and standards. But also they applaud the gender equality promotion that has been enhanced in most of their industries, which boosts performance at the same time. Cedric Irakoze brings us the details.
Uwamahoro Joyeuse and his colleague are proud that cement processing company they work for has been certified that their company upholds the principles of the equality and development at work.
Ntabwo umuntu ashobora kuba promoted bitewe n'impamvu indi yari yose uretse performance.
You cannot be promoted because of any other reasons unless your performance, whether you are male or female. It is not appropriate to say that all technical jobs are for only male. They also give us a chance and we perform well. The UNDP's Chirenga Clement affirms that the principle of equality in different sectors can produce good results to all people with no exclusion, as 50% of global population are women. This program is for both male and female so that everyone feels comfortable, and these increase the productivity of the company. Since in 2015, public and private companies have been required to comply with the principles of equality, and some of them were appreciated for their implementation, but there is still much work to be done, as Lydia Mitali, the gender advisor at the Gender Monitoring Office, elaborates. You have seen female using machines, which is different in past years ago. These companies give us hope to these females because they are capable, and we need others to be certified. There are 18 companies that have been certified for upholding the principles of equality in Rwanda. Cedric Rakoze, RTV News.
During the 30th commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, the elderly survivors, commonly known as Inhwaza, from the Impinganzima hostel in Rusizi, once again thanked the government of Rwanda for bringing them together. On behalf of Her Excellency First Lady Jeannette Kagame, the Unity Club in Rwanda thanked Inhwaza for prioritizing unity of Rwandans in the most difficult times and assured them that the country will never abandon them. The commemoration of the 30th anniversary of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi at the Impinganzima hostel in Rusizi district was a solemn occasion marked by the remembrance of the families of the elderly survivors who were killed during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, as well as the parents of the victims who resided in this area. Ayinghamiye Madalina, a survivor from Rusizi district, shared a painful experience endured during the genocide against the Tutsi and how they survived, and expressed gratitude to the army that rescued them. When the Interahamwe, including Juma, came, they brought a bus to transport us. It was on that day that they killed my mother-in-law with 6 bullets. And it was also the day they killed my father-in-law. Every person they killed, they would remove all their clothes and leave them naked. After the genocide against the Tutsi, life was incredibly challenging for these elderly survivors. However, they are now grateful to President Paul Kagame and First Lady Jeannette Kagame, who provided them with shelter at Impinganzima hostel. Back then, it was difficult. When we were sick, it was hard for us to go and find something to eat. But today, we have all the support we need, and we have people who take care of us. That's why I thank President Paul Kagame and his wife, as well as Unity Club in Rwanda for always being by our sides. Unity Club in Rwanda representative expressed gratitude to the Inhwaza for their courage during challenging times. Dear parents, you have endured many difficult moments. which is why we will never cease to thank you for the heroism you have shown up until today. Continue to set this good example for the Rwandan youth on the path of rebuilding the country. Rwanda is our country, and we will not accept any more bloodshed on this soil.
uru Rwanda ni urwacu ntituzongera kwemera ko rutembamo amaraso.
The Impingazima Hostel in Rusizi district was established in 2019. Currently, it is home to 37 elderly survivors in Hwaza who survived the genocide against the Tutsi from various areas of the western province. And that's all from us here at our base Rwanda Television News. On behalf of the entire news production as well as the technical team, many thanks for being with us. And up until next time, stay safe and we wish you a great and safe evening. Goodbye.